Now, the thing you forget is there's a good way to hate. The kind of hate Jesus is talking about ain't where you're trying to harm each other. It's where you know you don't feel the same way as someone else and you hate something, right? Because you won't do it yourself, but you don't condemn others either. I keep telling you that. You hate the very idea of it, right? But those who do it don't, right? But you don't condemn them for it, right? See, the kind of hatred Jesus is talking about, you don't understand, right? Because you're mixing good with evil. You also don't understand censorship. You're censoring the truth and not telling it at all. Because it's sexual in nature too, right? The one tricking you is your problem. Into the wrong kind of sex, right? And yes, there's a wrong kind of sex and a right kind of sex, right? But your problem is you don't want that, even with other men. You don't really want to be with a couple of persons, right? And again, now, a single man is single because he's trying to find a woman, right? Until he finds one, he's looking, right? But if only a woman can get in the house at night, who's coming to the house? He don't know. But all he knows is the keys are missing from the coffee table that he set on the coffee table when he got home from Burger King that night, right? Now, either the girl accidentally picked them up by habit, which means you can at least drive right there. Or she did it on purpose to let him know she was there, right? And she wants you to know she was there too, right? Whoever it is. Now, she knows what I'm saying is I don't have memory of it because before I get back in the house, you do something to black me out somehow, right? Now, even if that's you're hiding somewhere and run up and attack me, you can do all that to me too, right? I'm not invincible. It's not that you can't attack me and knock me out or do crazy stuff to me. It's that Jesus is helping me survive it and wake up the next morning, right? You might even wait till she leaves. And see, I'm going to wait till she leaves too, a point too, right? I'm making sure we can both kind of make it out safely, right? I know. Now, the only weapon we know, though, that can cover that kind of distance is usually a gun, right? Where when she's pulling out and I'm trying to go into the house, right, and we're making sure each other is safe for the night, and there's only one bullet thing that can travel that fast, a bullet. We know that, too. A human I can catch probably even coming up on me, right? Even with the disability. But there's one thing nobody can catch, and that's a bullet, right? Now, what do you think? You're missing me, but there's no holes in the wall? That's the problem, too. There's no holes in the wall. If you did hit me, it's also like I'm absorbing the bullet, right? Kind of similarly to the Wolverine, but different too. But then somehow God's also turning it into something else, right? And somehow making it a part of my body or something. I don't know. What is doing right? Per se. But I know it's doing something if the keys are still missing, and it's been since Thursday I last had them, right? And the other keys are still where I set them, like I said, right? those don't move around, right? And like I told you how it really works in the real world, you have to move your keys, right? If you don't, they will be right there. I know where I set them too, right? And she's helping me to know she's with me, but I still am letting her know they're interfering with my memory of her. And see, the only place they could be is on the floor, right? So, of course, that's the first place you look. And you know that yourself, right? And I set them in the open where I would see them next morning, right? So there's no reason to hide my own keys from me now that I've cleaned up a little bit. Now, is it perfect? No, I'm not a perfect person, right? I'm not worried about being a neat freak. That could be worse for women. If you want a woman. But if you're an anal retentive man, you might like the neatness. Like the husband and sleeping with the enemy. That's who you're acting like, not me. I'm acting like a confused individual who might be being knocked out or shot through the head. Or into the head, and he'll be like Wolverine. But see, you're trying to convince me something I still am not researching. Where Mary Bell was even at. I once Googled her to find out her location and go to where she's at. I Googled her to find out if she's still even alive. Yeah, I ain't seen her since Virginia in 96. Last time we were together. In my memory, right? And like I said, the only ones who's obsessed with me being with women seems to be gay people, which you can't censor that if that's what's going on here. If it was a gay person in the Navy, they're having a problem because it was a crime in the Navy to do that, right? Not me, I never did that in the Navy. Unless they're trying to code red me into it. Which means they're wanting to fight me and try to black me out in the process of trying to be with me, right? And I'm telling them that, right, the whole time, right? And I have no memory, right, of the event. I think I'm sleeping from that time if they wake me up a few hours later and try to code red me, right? I'm not resisting what they're doing to my body like Paul and some of the disciples who were beaten. And again, right, by evil men, right? Now, the Christians, Peter, aren't to beat their own servants, right? You're not to beat me if you're a Christian. You're to try and learn why I'm telling the world what I'm telling the world about the truth, right? But you can't censor everything you do just because it's keywords, right? That's too broad a topic, right? See, some topics can be discussed positively or negatively, right? And that's the point too, right? And it's all either political, religious, right? Or, someone's opinion, right? And you can't, with freedom of speech, stop all that. That's where you're diverting from the truth, right? God don't censor. Satan does. Because he don't want you to face the truth, right? Even if someone's hating you for the wrong reasons, you would sooner know that than and call on God to help you, right? Then again, right, to not know it and they still are messing with you, which again, I know they're messing with me, right? So do you. See, you can't mess with a straight person if you feel gay and want people to respect your being gay, right? The same as I don't mess with you if you're gay. I'm straight. I don't go to gay clubs. I don't go to, right, gay outings, right? Because I'm disabled, the only places I go are the mall, right? The theaters, Walmart, right? Target, right? Local stores, right? Or again, to eat when I go out to my doctor's appointment, right? That's all I do, right? Now, if I keep eating somewhere, even if there's an Asian girl, the girl doesn't have to do anything, right? I'm eating out there to be in that vicinity, right? I'm not going out my way to be with her either, even when I go to Chinatown sometimes, right? I'm going in the Garden City, right? Right. And like I said, I can't choose between a mother and a daughter if I don't know I'm with either one, and I'm not trying to be with either one, right? And again, if me and Kelly are doing something again, I don't remember doing anything with her. I'm just trying to eat the food, right? That's all I remember, right? And it taken me about an hour, right? Now, if I say I'm going into the bathroom, that would be sarcasm, right? Because I don't remember going into the bathroom with anyone, except when I went to the bathroom. When I go to the bathroom, I usually do number two, and then I go back to sit down and eat, right? And finish my meal. Now, of course, I can eat faster or slower, right? Depending, right? That was not like I'm watching my watch the whole time either. But who are you? But who are you? I know. Now, the thing is, like I said, if you tell me you're transgendered, I can accept that, right? If you tell me you're gay, I don't mind that, right? Problem is, you can't do it in the military, for instance. Why? Because it's against the rules in the military to commit that sex act, right? It's called sodomy, right? Two men cannot have sex as long as you're in the military. Now, once you're out of the military, who cares, right? But you usually go on into the military wanting to serve your country anyway, right? And that's what that's about. Now, if you're gay, you can't have sex until you're out of the military. Do you understand what I mean, though? I'm not judging you, right? I'm saying this against that law, the United Code of Military Justice, right? The UCMJ, right? Says you cannot commit that sex act, right? Don't say you can't kiss. I mean, right? It don't say you can't do this or that, right? But that act is forbidden. Now, maybe that's why Pastor Davis was just focusing on jerking off. I don't know. He did kind of put down homosexual sex, but not masturbating, right? Was what I meant, right? And I can't say because Moses talks about a man's seed of copulation coming out of his body when he's alone and not even with a woman. So how is that happening? So what is he talking about? And you're doing it before evening, and you seem to be awake, and you seem to be getting it on your skin, and naked skin and garment, right? When you're doing this activity, right? What is he alluding to there? Masturbation. Masturbation, right? So you won't draw that conclusion because he's speaking in a language developed between Egyptian and Assyrian languages, right? For example, right? And Greek languages and stuff like that, right? And then whatever languages came after, Italian, right? Latin, right? Right, right. And again, when I'm trying to help you, gay or straight, you can't change that on me that, oh, that makes you gay. No, it don't. It don't make me gay for helping you out if you're gay, right? And it don't make you straight for me helping you out. I know that too, right? Exactly, right. And if you're gay, like Jesus says, say yes to it and be gay, right? If you're not, don't do it, right? And then you're not gay, right? But to be gay or straight is the person's individual choice. Because it comes down to that. Who are you as an individual wanting to have sex with? A male, the same as you if you're a male, or a female, the same as you if you're a female, right? And can you be other things with it too? Can you be bi, or are you wanting to be strictly with men? That's what makes you gay towards the same sex, right? And if you're only wanting to be females, you're straight, right? Towards the females, right? And that's how you feel. Now, even if I can impersonate women, like I told you before, right? That's not about women, right? But what my voice can do, the 7 pipes. See the 7 pipes right here? The 7 pipes is part of how the anointing flows, right? Because I speak the things that become sound doctrine in my life. Now, if I'm not to judge you, though, that means if you're being gay, right, I don't condemn you even if I think it's wrong for me to do it, right? Personally, right? So, I feel straight in that arena, right? I feel like I only am attracted to the female form, right? And I don't find the male form sexually attractive. Though, for some reason, the gay male does, right? So, but you also got to learn to work with people who feel similarly or differently than you, right? It's not your way or the highway, I know. When you do it like that, you're being an asshole, right? And you're trying to make your way right and every other way wrong. You can't do that, right? Because we live in the real world, right? You don't come from a gay union. You can't come here that way, only through heterosexual sex, right? Can you get here, right? Only with a female can you have children, right? Not males and not transgender people, right? You can't have a child with a transgender female. Unless it's a female to male, right? Yes, you can have one that removes simply their breasts, right? If their other body parts work, meaning the fallopian tube, the womb, and the ovaries, right? Of course, a man who's trying to be a man and was a woman, right, can have a child, right? But a man who's trying to be a woman can't ever have a child, right? And they're not, like some women, have a reproach, right? Some women can't have children because of differences with the DNA and the blood grouping, right? Might be a factor there too, right? So if it is, I don't know, it ain't your responsibility, right, to know if it's a woman or a transgender male trying to be female, right? But they do, in honesty, have to tell you if they were born a male and want to be a female and are transgendered, right? That's part of telling the truth, right? See, if I hide that back from you, I'm trying to trick you into being with me, right? And that's wrong for anyone, right? That's what I mean, too. If you're transgender, be happy about being transgender and open about it like RuPaul. I respect RuPaul more for being open about her transgenderality than I do those who are trying to trick people into it. Like one of the women I was with, I wasn't sure she was transgender or female, right? And she was trying to fuck me, but then I didn't know if she had a penis or what she meant, right? So I kind of was backing off on her too, right? She was acting that weird, so me and her, most we did was a hand job with her, right? We never had sex, right? But that's because we weren't feeling each other, and she didn't want to go to the sex part of me paying for what we were paying for, right? At the time, right? Because even Hosea paid to buy his life. Now, she even went back and he had to pay for her twice, baby, right? And if you have to buy her twice, right, that's between you and her. Mm-hmm. It's like with Christabel and Sean, right? I don't know what was really going on there, but I'm just trying to meet a girl, right? Not a married one or engaged one, right? She was engaged to marry Sean, right? And I was worried about it, right? Because I didn't know if Sean could handle it, right? Not her. Men have a problem with their wives or fiancés even trying to help another man find a girlfriend. And I told her that, right? But the thing is, I don't remember telling her that. And again, right, the only place you can be with someone near you is if they have a secret place they can go. A secret bathroom. Not the same as the public bathroom. Right, right. And I don't know that. I don't know that either. Mm-hmm. But like I said, right, I don't know. Now, I'm feeling worried about Christabel, though, because I could be interested in her myself, right? But I would also offer Sean to buy her, or pay him back for her, if we had any interest in each other, or not. See, that's the offer, right? It's not to be with Christabel or not. I don't know that's even happening, right? It's to be fair with Sean if she likes me or not, right? But I would tell her that and what it means, right? I'm not trying to treat her like a whore or anything, but, right, I'm also trying to respect that he brought her over here to be with him, right? And not me, I know. And I'm saying it hypothetically, too. Not really, right? That I knew of, right? That we were even together, right? But I was also willing to buy and pay for what he put into it to get her over here, right? Up to the amount he got her over here with, right? Right? If she was really liking me, which was offered hypothetically, not saying I was with her, right? Either. Mm-hmm. And I was also talking about masturbation to her and what I'd learned about it, right? And see, only he would freak out over that. If he was an old-fashioned, male-dominant Christian who's acting like more of a slave owner to Christabel than a man who doesn't know who he's supposed to marry and is waiting on the Lord to bring him his wife like I am, right? That's the difference, too. I ain't trying to get with his fiance, right? But I would tell her that I would be interested in her, but she's also with another man, right? That's going to be a problem, not because of me, but because of him, right? Well, the thing is, if she made it a deal, right? And this is what I mean, Sean, right? If she made it a deal that she would have sex with me if you got what? Jealous of our friendship. And me talking to her as a friend, even sexually, right? That she would have sex with me. She had already agreed to that before a certain point, right? And she knows if you're acting jealous about me being around you or not, right? As soon as you started acting jealous, we could have been having sex the whole time if you're stalking her to my house and blacking me out there too, right? Or my apartment, right? And that's what I'm worried about. Me more than her too, because she's got to get to me from where you're at. Not me, her either, you know. Right. And I'm not obsessed with Christabel. I'm trying to find my wife, right? And let her go too, right? And don't really go out there anymore because of how you both acted, right? I know. You're acting, one of you was acting crazy there. And either I warned her about it, and that was part of the deal. If you did, then we worked together before a certain point. If you started acting jealous about me asking her to help me find a girlfriend, that was the thing you weren't going to be jealous of. We did it right in front of you, right? If you got jealous over it at home, right, where I could not see you or her, then she could be with me if that was the deal, right? Do you understand, right? Afterwards, right? But you would have to get jealous first, right? Of her trying to help me find an Asian woman to marry, right? Which is not wrong, right? But first, I would tell her all that, right? That you could get jealous about it. That it would, some men pretend, right? I know. More than they mean, right? And if you got jealous over it, you're trying to possess her, and I might not even ever see her again, right? Because I'm not trying to control her, you are. See, everything I'm telling you is based on actually reading the Bible. What you're being taught is a Roman Catholic corrupted version of Christianity. And I'm not condemning them, I know, but I got to call it what it is. A Roman Catholic corrupted version and a first century Jewish corrupted version, right? They even corrupted their own religion from what Moses really taught them, right? They're even afraid to use Hashem at all, right? Or act as such, right? Now, of course, it's their name for God, like I said, right? And it's not like I couldn't figure it out, so you could too. But you're not being worthy to, like John said, right? Which is the final problem. You're not being worthy to know the truth. And you're letting Satan draw you into hell with him. He's flicking his tail at you. And you know what that means. You know what that means. Not just his vagina. But anyway. And like I said, you have the choice. You have the choice. You can say yes, no, or maybe, right? Now, maybe means you're undecided and want to wait and figure it out from there, right? And you have a right to do that too, right? See, only, again, right? The only one who deals in absolutes is Satan, right? The Lord has understandings of how people feel, and will try to work with you as long as you're not trying to do the ultimate punishment, which is murder, right? If you're trying to murder people over a wife, right, or a husband, right, you're being crazy about it, right? And you're trying to own the person and buy the person like they're a commodity, right? When I offered the offer to Sean to pay for her expenses over here, that's because I didn't think we were doing anything too, right? And I would have to still make payments towards it. It's not like I planned on meeting Christabel either and buying her from Sean the same day, right? But what I did understand, right, is that she was trying to help me find an Asian girlfriend, right? And I was trying to keep it to that too. But I was also talking about things I've read in the Bible that people hadn't read and aren't teaching, right? And I even went to masturbation, and again, right? That's when she started acting weirder, right? And not want me to be around her more, right? And you couldn't be around her. And I couldn't be around her because if Sean's the one putting the pressure on her, I don't know, I have to quit being around her, right? Because she don't have the choice, right? He could hurt her before I even get there, right? I don't even know where they live, right? Things like that, right? That's just another example. And then there's the girl I would see at the mall, right? Walking through the mall, right? Who was working in the little Asian shop where they sell the little trinkets, right? From Japan, right? And that's because I'm into Japanese things, right? But I don't remember an in-depth conversation with her, right? And the only place you can have sex with someone is if you go and they have a place apart from the public, right? To do so, right? Yes. It's not as simple as all that, right? And I don't know we did that. I just know I'm, again, looking at the videos I'm into because I'd done seen Vampire Hunter D, right? And things like that, which got me into anime, right? But that's at least 98, right? When I had the Mustang, right? And started going out to the mall, right? And that's before, what's her name too, right? The Filipino woman, right? And like I said, right? I don't know what you mean, right? Because I have to make it up apart from my reality, right? And that means the woman has to invite me somewhere, right? To be alone with her. Or when I go to the bathroom, knock on the door and see if I'm okay or something. Because he thinks I've been in there for a while. And then I would wipe, like I said, right? Go see what she needs and then go back to doing number 2, right? I don't know. But that's insane. To me too, right? I don't normally do it in the public bathroom where anyone can walk in on it. No. But I have heard of it. I know it's possible to do it in the bathroom. But I don't do it there either. But when you're saying something hypothetical, the reason is you know you can do it and they're denying you can do it, right? There's something wrong there to begin with, right? You're not saying you did it either, right? You just know it's possible to do it even in the bathroom, right? Because you did it with Mary Bell in the bathroom in Virginia when you came over, right? In your bathroom, in your bathroom. We would have sex. We would have sex. Now, if someone's denying them all that, right, they're denying it to an next level, and that's because they think they're finding a way to stop me, but they're not. But they're not. But like I said, if a woman seduces me, and I tell her I got a girlfriend the whole time, and she ignores that, am I trying to be with her or faithful to my girlfriend? Still faithful to her. But I still have the desire of women. In other words, a woman can seduce me and not a man at all, right? I understand that, right? Because it won't go there with the male. He can't even, if I look out there, right? And it's not during the hours of a normal operation, like, say, I'm expecting the packages, right? During the day. So, they canceled on me. Stoneberry did, right? With my last 2 items, which is one's for exercising, and it's kind of like a gazelle, but it's more for the feet. And my fax machine, they say they're out of stock and they're not going to send it. That's bad, Stoneberry. I might not do business with you anymore. What do you want? What do you want? I paid for my stuff. Now, if something happened on your end, right, and you mess something up, you messed it up yourselves, right? But I always paid, right? You don't miss the payment. Nope. If I don't get a bill, then someone's messing with my mail, right? And I warned you of that too, right? And then you don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on after that, right? Right. That's all I know. Bye.